It's very unprofessional.
This cannot continue, and it's not going to continue.
I think you get as much separation anxiety as they do.
So tell me about other stuff that's going on.
They really have become our children. They're so needy, which I guess I love that they absolutely couldn't function without me.
What do you think about that?
I'm not on the same page as that. Ashley does think these are her babies, no question. And neither one can live without each other.
The three of them go absolutely everywhere with me because I feel like I'm neglecting them if I leave them home without their mommy. I just...
Henry, no, sir.
I always want her to pet me. We have voices for all the dogs.
Ashley started to speak in some different voices. A very southern voice for Henry.
He's a southern as a redneck.
A British accent for Jackson.
I cross my legs on the sofa and I'll do whatever I want to.
And a very princess-like accent for Charlotte.
I'm the pretty, pretty princess.
A little kooky, but funny.
All three of the dogs come to work with me because I refuse to leave them home alone during the day.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, nice
I'm
to
Alan.
meet you.
Good to
Hi,
meet you.
Alan. Hi.
I'm Ashley's dad, and I'm also the boss man here.
Okay.
At least that's what they tell me.
Hey, stop.
Oh, oh my gosh.
The crate is...
Not attractive.
When we walked into Ashley's work, I saw that the dogs have pretty free rein in the office. What is it like working in an environment with these dogs?
These guys are pretty rowdy, and at times, you know, it's hard to do business here because we do get some public traffic in here. And I'm afraid that somebody's going to get bit, especially maybe by Henry, you know, which is going to create another problem for me.
In Alan, Ashley's father, the owner's eyes, it's very unprofessional. And I agree, it is. And we cannot seem to get a handle on it. Hey, quit!
So tell me, what's going to happen if this situation continues?
This cannot continue, and it's not going to continue. And so if we can't get this worked out, then, you know, I guess she'll just have to stay home with the dogs.
Are you firing your daughter?
No, I would never fire her. I would retire her.
When my father told Victoria that he would quote-unquote retire me, I was quite shocked. You know, I always kind of look at this as a joke, and for him to actually say that to her is kind of a wake-up call for me. It was very upsetting.
Now it's time for her to sit down and confront them with the facts.
This has been a very interesting day.
Sure.
Craziness. And you live this every day.
Every day.
And there is no doubt in my mind that these dogs are very, very much loved. But they are out of control. Now, Ashley, there's one thing that causes a lot of problems for dogs. And that one thing is that when people treat them like human beings. And you've gone over the top. It's too much. Because they've taken over your life. Now, you have admitted they are your children. You feel that they can't exist without you. They exist without you, fine. They've got each other.
I was extremely shocked when Victoria made the point that the dogs can and will function perfectly fine without me. That was a huge eye-opener.
Now, you are very lucky you work for your father, but your father has got to the point where he's saying, I'm going to retire my daughter. Nice way of saying, you're going to be fired. Then you're going to be in financial difficulties because you can't support a mortgage just on what Josh earns. So then all the pressure is going to fall on him. The situation is out of control. For so long, you've been enabling the dog's behavior. You've been treating them like children. This is pure insanity. Well, now I want you to go out. And I want you to go out for a couple of hours. And what I've done is that there are some cameras up here that's going to record what your dogs do when you leave.
Can't wait to see.
I was a little worried about the destruction, but more so about just leaving them and how they would feel while I was gone.
Do not spend a long time saying goodbye to these dogs. In fact, all I want you to do is to say goodbye and go. No longer see you later. Are you going to be okay?
That's exactly what I do. Okay.
Because that's feeding their anxiety. That's going to make them anxious.
All right.
Say goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And come. I want Ashley and Josh to be able to leave the dogs. I'm not concerned with the dogs being anxious. I am concerned that Charlotte will chew.
While Ashley and Josh head to a coffee shop, Victoria checks in on the dogs.
All good so far? These dogs are not suffering with separation anxiety.
Ashley, however, isn't faring so well.
They were probably running around, they're probably eating the sofa cushions, they probably knocked over the coffee table. I think Henry's probably freaking out. His mommy and his daddy left him. We didn't even say bye.
I think he's sleeping.
There wasn't any major anxiety, and eventually, all three of them settled down and lay in the sitting room.
I'm really anxious and I'm ready to go. Let's go.
One of the biggest problems that the couple is having is at work. There's nowhere really for the dogs to go. I want to create a safe haven for the dogs. There's a particular room on the property where the dogs can go to, where they can have a little bit of time to themselves and a bit of space. Welcome to the calming room. There are going to be only 2 dogs in the room at a time because 3 dogs in here would be too small. You have to deal with 1 dog out there, which is much easier than dealing with 3. You can do your work.
Right.
And when they come in here, it's their time of zen.
Now, we really weren't using that office for much of anything but just kind of a storage space. And if that's a space that will work well for getting better behavior from these dogs, and I support that fully.
I don't think the dogs should be in here for any more than half an hour at a time, without being taken out to pee, without being taken out to run around.
How long do you think we need to do this?
I see this going on for a very, very long time. I mean,
This is
I
not
would like
temporary.
this to become part of life.
Okay.
I would like this to become the norm.
I was a little surprised that was this is a forever thing. This leaving him in the back office is forever.
This is not an excuse to bring the dogs to work every day. I want you to try at least a couple of mornings to leave the dogs at home.
I think I can do that.
All right. Wait.
At first, Jackson and Henry are a little concerned, but just seconds later, they settle down. That gives Victoria a chance to work one-on-one with Charlotte.
This is the training that I want you to do with every dog. And I'm going to show you with Charlotte, and it's your job to start training with the other dogs. But I just want them to go to their bed when you say, go to your bed.
I'm not sure that Charlotte's going to take that very well.
She needs your one-on-one time as a pup. And this time can be her quiet time here.
Okay.
Victoria uses a vocal command paired with a treat to encourage Charlotte to stay on her bed.
Stay. No, up. Here, on your bed.
Oh.
Stay. Stay.
Oh my God.
Girl, stay. I'm gonna be working here. Stay. I'm not angry with her. I'm not gonna be angry. Come on. On your bed, good girl. Stay.
We usually yell at her, so that's very
absolutely
different
not.
than what we've been doing.
Because she's quite sensitive. Stay. There's a lot of self-control for this dog. Stay. Stay. Very good. Very good.
After a few minutes, Charlotte started to pick up Victoria's training. And I'm just shocked at how smart she really is.
Now it's Ashley's turn to give it a try.
Take it away.
Charlotte, get on your bed. Good girl. Whoops. Good girl. On your bed. On your bed. Good girl.
Tell her to stay.
Good girl. Stay. Very good girl. Stay. Good girl, stay.
What's it like to see this little out of control, crazy Charlotte?
I can't believe it.
Listening to you and having some self-control.
It's unbelievable. It's a different dog right there. Never seen her do that.
I can't believe she's staying for me. I was very proud of Charlotte. I thought she did very well, and she actually stayed on her bed, and I think that we're gonna make a lot of progress with her.
I'm leaving you now for a little while, and you have 3 unruly dogs, so you have a lot of work to do. First of all, at work, you need to detach yourself slightly. It's not good for these dogs to be so dependent upon you, all right? You need to be able to let go.
Later in the week, Victoria checks in.
I can't wait to see how Josh and Ashley have been getting on with their homework.
Today, the couple has brought the dogs to the office to attempt the new routine.
Stay. Stay.
Throughout the day, Ashley and Josh rotate the dogs between the calming room and the main office.
Hey, down. Good
Boy.
Perfect. If you continue to work all the dogs individually, you are well on the way to having 3 calm dogs in the office, and that'll make the boss very happy.
The next day, Ashley feels ready to leave the dogs at home while she heads off to work.
See you in a little bit. Bye, guys.
This is great. Ashley is finally separating herself from the dogs for a little while.
But as the hours pass by, Charlotte instigates some trouble.
They have completely torn the sofa apart.
Hey, guys. Tell me some.
Even though this is a setback, Ashley, you can't give up now. You have to remember, Charlotte's just a puppy. I'm on my way back. Let's talk about the leaving them here. Now, I know there was a problem leaving them here.
They destroyed the entire cushion. There was a million pieces of cotton.
I told you they would not be anxious,
Right.
but I said,
Right.
I don't know if they will chew. She is still a puppy. She's still gonna chew. So that's something we're gonna have to address.
We kind of have decided, well, maybe we just can't leave them until she's older.
No, that's absolutely not what you do. You are so emotionally attached to your dogs that anything that they do that you deem that they're, oh my gosh, they're stressed, oh my gosh, they're doing this, oh my gosh, they're doing that, you are panicking.
Victoria has a simple solution for the couple to use while Charlotte is still in her puppy stage.
So I put these baby gates up because you need to leave Charlotte in a puppy-proof room while she's still at the chewing stage. When you go out, leave the guys in there as usual. Charlotte comes in here, and you can put any of her dinner here, a bit of her meat, and a bit of the dry food, pack it in nicely, and she's really gonna chew to get the food out.
Great idea.
Yeah, I'm definitely more confident that leaving now will be much less of an issue, because now Charlotte can't tear anything up, and that was really the only issue we had left.
I want you to continue everything that you've learned. And you, Ashley, especially you, remember, the codependency thing's gotta stop. These dogs can be successful without you. You can have a life without them. You can have a great life with them too. It's so important that Ashley distances herself a little bit. Codependency is not good for anybody. And if she can, she's gonna be happy, and her dog's gonna be much more confident.
Isn't that nice now? It's so quiet in here, Josh. There's no barking. Nobody's stressed out anymore.
Yeah, I really like it.
Me too. Overall, the work situation is so much better. No one's stressed out anymore. We can have the dogs there. Everyone is just happier, more relaxed, and we can get our work done.
I think my relationship with Ashley and Josh is better in terms of our working relationship. And I think as we go forward and they continue with the training, that'll only get better.